What video game caused you the most amount of rage? Probably one of the early Northeast's Castlevania games. I'm not sure which one, but it was one of those long platforms jumps. One of the few times in my life I have thrown a controller. I've heard those early Castlevania games are nicknamed controller busters or something like that. Runner up, Jet Bike level of Battletoads. Simon's Quest. The second one is generally regarded as the black sheep, kinda like how Zelda 2 was, because it's based around exploration and the secrets are really obscure, like waiting for the tornado. Unlike in other games like that, the townsfolk are worthless and half the S they tell you is so poorly translated it basically means something completely different. Some PC baseball game I bought at the Scholastic Book Fair in the 90s. It booted out of DOS. I must have just been too young or accidentally set the difficulty too high, but I literally couldn't get a hit. I ended up crying and throwing the game away. Edit. I tried finding it. I think it was Hardball 4th. At least you got that toxicity out of your life. I never hated a game, myself, or the people around me more than the one time I played Overcooked. Sonic 3. The Carnival Night Barrel. The maddening thing about it is that it's so easy to get past once you know the bullsh method of doing it. See, you've just gotta understand that Sonic can generate more vertical force by looking up and down than he can by actually jumping on something. Apparently, it's the sort of trap that simply wouldn't work today. Everyone would just Google it. Still, at least the game had a save feature. Guitar Hero 2 Expert Playthrough. Just the song Freer. My pre-teenage hands were just too small to be able to consistently hold the Gren button and have to stretch to the orange. On the plus side I did feel like a rockstar smashing the guitar. That song is the most cramp-inducing song ever. Effin' jam. Though, The Sword is a kicker band. Ultra underrated too. I hope their quarantine jams are a sign of a new album and the end of their hiatus. XCOM. Critical tactical situation. Life and death. 99% chance to hit. Swing and a miss. I love the game and effing hate it. My favorite Steam review of all time is the guy who said there's a 99% chance he would recommend the game, and then gave it a thumbs down. Aladdin, where you gotta go through the lava cave on the rug. And Lion King. F the Hakuna Matata waterfall. That's what I've been waiting to read. That level can only be described in UK English as Kanish. And when you finally beat the waterfall on your very last life, and that effing monkey ambushes you, you've reminded me of a rage I had long since forgotten about. Now I'm seething, and for what? A refine 24-year-old pixel monkey. The Simpsons. Hit and run, and anyone who played it knows. I love this game. I wish they'd do a re-release. That said, the level where you are chasing Cletus, I think, at a high speed, ramming him so he drops roadkill that you somehow have to also collect without him getting too far ahead, can F right off. It's at level 3 with Lisa and Apu. It was a bit difficult a few times, but then I got too good. The hardest mission I ever dealt was the garbage mission at level 5. I never figured out there were shortcuts. The donut mod is what infuriates the most, since it's a worse version of the mission that you described, but you can hit the car at all. Personally, PvP in any sort of game, be it Destiny, Rocket League, CS, Cody, League, I can't stand playing PvP in games anymore. Used to only play PvP game types. Now if I have to touch any PvP mode I absolutely detest my time and hate every second of it. I don't know if it's because I'm average at said game and the competitiveness of it drives to anger, or because of teams not working to win at all, or the fact that I'm a bit more mature and older than I was. I don't know, but I know for a fact a good story-based game will always, 100% of the time, make me so much happier, and I will enjoy it so much more. I'm in the same boat. I'm not a fan of PvP games, but I love a good story or exploration based game. I also like playing co-op games with friends, but never against them. I dislike the competitiveness of it. Same here. For me it's primarily the attitudes people get, and the smack talking. I don't get it, and probably never will. I once joined in the Halo 2 online craze back in the day, Two things that turned me off were cheaters and people talking smack. Then there are the team games, where no one even plays as a team. I started racking up my levels in no time for some reason, and was headed to greatness. Unfortunately, the cheating and constant smack talking ruined PvP and online gameplay for me. GTA San Andreas with that mission of flying a plane through the corona on the other plane. Also GTA San Andreas with the mission of trying to fly an RC plane shooting vans, while David Cross shouts at you. Rainbow Six Siege, where the F did he shoot me from? Tom Clancy's how the F was that not a headshot? Tom Clancy's how much health does a refine 3 speed have? Super Mario Sunshine in the Da secret levels. Don't understand how anyone can love those levels. For Honor for sure. No game has taken me to the same level of pure anger. Orochi spams light and runs away. I need therapy after reading this comment. Cuphead R.I.P. My controller. That effing dragon took years off my life. The first time I played Cuphead, it was on my old laptop, which ran every boss fight perfectly fine, except good old Matchstick. As soon as he brought out his other two heads, my game would lag so badly and go down to about 10 FPS. Beating him at that frame rate with one heart left is still one of my biggest gaming accomplishments ever. It has to be GTA Online. The amount of time and effort, only to have some S-bag on a flying bike blow up all that work for his self-enjoyment, fills me with an inhuman amount of fury. Oregon Trail. You kill a buffalo that weighs 7 million pounds. You take 100 pounds with you. You've been raided by bandits. You've lost 100 pounds of meat, 22 boxes of bullets, and 2 sets of clothing. And then eventually everyone dies of dysentery. Rocket League. After 2500 hours it's more age than fun, and I should stop playing. I played several hundred hours without even realizing you could play competitive ranked matches without Rocket Pass. I basically thought you had to pay for Rocket Pass to play ranked. I thoroughly enjoyed the game up to this point and rarely had toxic experiences. Then I found out about ranked. I played competitive and lasted about a week before quitting the game completely. Haven't played in months and don't plan to. I even played console, so I didn't encounter many players with keyboards, so rarely did I get chat other than the presets. I never thought something so simple as what a save or nice shot would send me over the edge. I'm 40 years old and one of the calmest people ever. Trying to explain the toxicity to someone who has never played is actually kind of comical. My non-gaming friends are like, so you quit a game you loved because people would tell you nice shot when you missed. My non-gaming friends are like, so you quit a game you loved because people would tell you nice shot when you missed. LMAO. Some people just don't understand. Back in the day, my Northeast's controller had bite marks in it because I didn't know you could save your general progress in Kid Icarus by writing down this code that appeared after you died. Yet I was determined to beat the game. I would spend hours making it to the end, only to die and be reset to the beginning of the game. This caused my 12-year-old brain to become flooded with the rage of a zombie horde, and so I would sink my teeth deep into the flesh of the controller until the darkens would subside. Modern children will never know the pain of not being able to look simple things up on the internet. I'll make my children go offline whenever I need to call someone. Call of Duty, just about any of them, but Warzone really gets me heated every time. Warzone, everyone sees me before I see them. Always. If through some kind of magic I see them first, I can actively be shooting them and they somehow manage to turn around, see me, shoot me, and kill me before they go down. All while taking bullets from me. Madness. Ever play the game Black and White, where you play a god? My younger brother was an evil god who demanded human sacrifices and took ever other settlements by force. Eventually the ground cracked and lava spewed wherever his cursor was. I was a benevolent god who cared for my people and took over other settlements by making mine so nice the other populations all moved there. Flowers sprouted wherever I had my cursor. So anyway, my brother completed the game and I couldn't because eventually my settlements would get destroyed by the game antagonist while I was busy building my people libraries. Even tried again as an adult and couldn't complete the game. I think I'm gonna die mad about it. Edit. I messaged my brother to let him know I'm still mad about this. And now he's telling me how annoying I was when I played Skyrim. Apparently it was frustrating for him that I cared more about adopting orphans than I did killing dragons. Apparently it was frustrating for him that I cared more about adopting orphans than I did killing dragons. My favorite part of Skyrim is returning home at 3 AM after assassinating the Emperor of Tamriel, only to hear, "Dydwyou jetty me in ithine, it's 3 in the morning, go the F to bed." As an adult, I hadn't thrown my controller for decades. This game made me throw my controller across the room. I had to tell myself, bro, this is a kid's game. How are you this mad? Minecraft on survival. Skeleton shot me down into lava deep underground with all my gear. Respawned into my carefully constructed house with a creeper by my bed. Blew me up, and I ended up at starter spawn with nothing. My roommate recently threw his monitor out the window because of similar circumstances. I wish I was kidding. Overwatch. It's like playing a game of soccer where everyone on your team wants to be striker and charges for the ball at the same time, leaving the goals wide open. Then they lose and be about no one being keeper. You've just described Rocket League. And that's even more like soccer.